Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talking Movies with D, and that's me. Today's actually a special video I'm doing because I'm not doing a review like I have been doing for the past few months. I'm actually going to do a most anticipated movies of 2016. Now this list is probably going to be a little different than my best movies of 2016 when I do that at the end of the year because some of those hidden gems or Oscar movies that you fall in love with don't have previews out, don't have trailers out right now. They don't have the marketing push that a lot of the movies that are going to be on my list or ones that are on my honorable mentions. They don't those movies don't have that. So this list is going to be a little different than my top 10 of 2016. But I'm actually excited to see how many of them actually make that list because all these movies have potential. It's just hopefully do they carry it out, you know. So with that, all film is subjective. So these are all my opinion, and some of the movies are going to be because the trailers were great. Some of them are going to be because I'm excited because of who's actually working on the project or the theme of the movie, and the plot is very interesting to me. Or simply, I'm a fan of that, of that franchise, or for whatever sentimental reasons. So, again, this is my personal list. I would love to hear what you guys' list is. Before I actually get into this, I actually have a few good honorable mentions because there are a lot of movies that come out this year. It seems like it's going to be a good year for movies. So, the first one I want to bring up is one that I actually just saw the trailer for, and it's called Free State of Jones with Matthew McConaughey. It's just real quick. It's a movie. Basically, uh, I don't remember the details. It's a war type movie. I think it's Civil War. I believe. I forget. But it's basically him uprising against in the South. Uh, but it's Matthew McConaughey, and it's that type of movie that he's going to give a great performance in. So that intrigued me. They have Dirty Grandpa, which is a comedy with Robert De Niro and Zac Efron, which looks real funny and hope is real good. Another one was Zac Efron, Neighbors 2, which also looks real funny. One that I thought could make my list was Independence Day Resurgence. Actually, it was on my list, and then I realized I had to move it down because of another movie. Um, I'm sad Will Smith's not going to be in it, but we'll see how it is, how it goes. Ghostbusters, I'm excited for that with the all-female cast with Melissa McCarthy and all of them. Star Trek, it's a movie. I'm a fan of the rebooted franchise, so this is the third one, the first one without J.J. Abrams. I'm excited for it. The trailer did knock me off my socks. I'm kind of iffy on that, but I'm a fan of the franchise, so that's why it's on my honorable mentions. The BFG, which is I feel like that one's gonna be that one has the potential to be on my top 10 best, and it was close to making my top 10 list of anticipated because it's a Steven Spielberg film. It's kind of in the realm of fantasy, kind of it has that ET feel to it again. So I'm really excited for that. Doctor Strange, I'm surprised didn't make on my list because I'm a big Marvel fan and Benedict Cumberbatch fan, and I want to know what they're going to do with that. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is the spin-off of Harry Potter with Eddie Redmayne, and I'm excited for that, but the trailer I didn't really get much from, so that's why that didn't make my list, even though I'm a big Harry Potter fan. And the last honorable mention, which, as you can see, I have a lot, is Assassin's Creed. I'm a big fan of that game. I believe it's Michael Fassbender is playing. Yeah, Michael Fassbender is the lead in that, and that hasn't had a trailer or anything, but I'm excited to see what they do with that, and hopefully that's one of the video game movies that are actually good besides like Mortal Kombat. But so with that being said, let me get to my list because I've spent a lot of time just doing honorable mentions. So the first one is Warcraft. Um, it's the first video game movie that comes out this year, and it's the one that has the best promise to be a video game movie that's actually good, and that hopefully this will be the X-Men of the video game movies, how X-Men basically made it to where comic book movies can work in movies. Hopefully this Warcraft brings in that new regime of video game movies can work. Now, personally, I never played the game Warcraft on PC, but the movie looks good. I like that mythology, orcs and stuff like that, elves and everything. It comes out June 10th with Paula Patton, Toby Kebbell, and a bunch of other people in it, and I'm excited for it. Next on my list, so number 9 is Zoolander 2. I'm a big fan of the first Zoolander. It comes out February 12th. I mean, I'm a big Ben Stiller fan. Owen Wilson, Will Ferrell. the trailer made me laugh a lot. It's so the trailer's so dumb, and Zoolander can literally, I mean, Ben Stiller, Zoolander, he's driving. He's like, "Hello, handsome." He has a selfie stick, and he's taking a picture of himself and almost crashed. Like, and Will Ferrell, it's like, man, I'm excited for that movie. That's probably one of us. That's definitely why I had to make my list. One that's on my list. Even looking at it now, I think I want to switch it. I'm gonna switch it, yeah, right now. So, number 8 on my list is which I'm surprised it's so low because you would think it'd be higher. But it's X Men Apocalypse. It comes out May 27th. This is the fourth Bryan Singer directed X Men film. He did 1, 2, and then he did X Men Days of Future Past. And he's doing this one, and um, I mean, it brings back all the old cast members, Jennifer Lawrence Fassbender, or all the newer cast members that they had in First Class and Days of Future Past. It has Oscar Isaac as playing Apocalypse, and a couple of more new people, bringing back a younger Storm, a younger Jean Grey, and stuff like that. But the trailer, I don't know. I have mixed feelings for the trailer as well. But where the reason why it makes my list is because X Men Days of Future Past was so great. And Bryan Singer has not made a X Men movie that I don't love. Granted, X Men 3 was bad, but that wasn't him. That's the only X Men movie I can believe that I didn't like. And the last X Men Days of Future Past, that was my favorite. So now he's bringing in Apocalypse, which I don't agree with the way Apocalypse looks. But Oscar Isaac's playing him, who was just in Star Wars, who was Ex Machina, who is in a couple, what was that, A Most Violent Year, and he kills every role I've seen him in. And Apocalypse is probably one of my favorite villains in the comic book universe. I don't know exactly where I'll put him, but this guy I love to be on screen. And they look like, besides the way he looks, seems like they're portraying him right. And ever since they got they did the end credit scene in X Men: Days of Future Past when he's moving the pyramids and everybody yelling "On Salvanor," I've been excited for this movie. So that's why that made number 8. Number 7, and that's these ones I just switched around, and I'm surprised this one isn't higher, but for obvious reasons. Is Rogue One. This is the first Star Wars movie that's not part of the episodes, and just because Star Wars is now going to do Star Wars episode this, then they're going to do a Star Wars anthology, or what they call a Star Wars story. They keep changing the name, but it's basically a different. It's not part of the core story, but it's in the Star Wars universe. And this one takes place right before Episode 4, so it's supposed to be how the Death Star plans got to Leia, Princess Leia, and there's been no trailer, so that's probably why it's not higher on my list. As big as a Star Wars fan as I am, without a trailer, and since it's not part of the core story, because really, I mean, if it was Episode 8, it'd be way higher because I know exactly what I'm looking. I mean, the answers I want and stuff like that. But since this is going to be a lot different, and this is going back, I'm not sure how I feel. I'm not sure anything. But granted, later on when I see a trailer, it might go higher on my list, or at least I'll get more anticipated for it. But right now, it comes out December 16th. It's with Felicity Jones, Forrest Whitaker. They have great cast members. It's just I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna look and what I'm gonna expect. So I'm excited for it because it's Star Wars, but at the same time, I need more for it to be more anticipated. Next is a movie that's gonna be funny being on my list, but I'll explain why. Number 6 is Finding Dory. It comes out June 17th with Ellen DeGeneres, who plays Dory, Albert Brooks as I think Marlin, and then Idris Elba. I don't know who he's playing, but I just saw that he was doing the voice, and Idris Elba kills everything, and he's doing a lot of voiceover work right now too. But and matter of fact, I'll talk about him later as well. But Finding Dory, man, Finding Nemo is one of my favorite Pixar films. I don't know how, especially when it first came out. When I was, because it came out when I was in high school, and I used to babysit like my goddaughter and some of my nieces a lot. And those are the movies we mainly watch. And then I don't remember exactly, but I don't know if it was mainly me wanting to put it on or mainly them or a combination of both. I love Finding Nemo regardless. So that's why I'm, excited for Finding Dory. Just keep swimming. Hopefully it's got that same magic. I think it will. I mean, I have confidence in Pixar. They're, like I said on another review, they have that upchalant, this is our standard of movies. They've had maybe 1 or 2 bad ones, but for the most part, their standard movies are here. Then they have a bunch of the greats that make the good not look as good, but they're still real good. So as long as it's good, I'm good. I'm excited. Um, so that's all I have for Finding Dory. I can't wait just to be in that world again. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. But anyway, what was it fifth on number five? Fifth on my list is Suicide Squad. It comes out August 5th. It stars Will Smith, Margot Robbie. Those two are getting together again. You have Viola Davis, who crushes it whenever she's in, and Jared Leto, who's the same. I think Viola Davis was only nominated for an Oscar, but Jared Leto was one. Will Smith, another one nominated. I can't. No, I don't think he won for Ali though. So I think he just nominated. I don't think he's won. And then Margot Robbie, who's just getting better and better. And this follows the villains of the DC universe. And I'm excited for that. You got Harley Quinn, who's a fan favorite. You have Joker, who Joker's he's my favorite villain in the superhero universe, whether it's Marvel or if it's DC. And I think he might just be second right behind Darth Vader when it comes to villains, period. So I'm excited for that. Granted, I'm not expecting him to be better than Heath Ledger because Heath Ledger just murdered it. But if he can just capture the essence of Joker, that's partly what I'm excited for. And another part, the way the trailer even starts with Viola Davis is it lets you know that they're taking the movie so serious to the fact that the dramatic actors they have in it, like everyone I just named are superior actors. They're all bring the best. And Viola Davis, the way they we rounded up the worst people in the world and then we forced them to work for us. And the guy's like, well, what if something happened? She's like, the collateral damage. Exactly. She's like, I don't care about them. How ruthless this movie looks is just very exciting. That trailer, I don't know how many times I've watched it, but I love it. Especially when Margot Robbie's in there spinning around as Harley Quinn, doing her stuff, and Jared Leto, how excited I am because I'm hurt you really, really bad. Like, I don't care how you feel about the way he looks, because the way he looks is kind of off-putting, and I'm like this with it. I'm kind of more accepting of it now, but the performance I know is going to be great. And as long as they capture that essence, that's the most important thing to me, So surprisingly, this movie's above Suicide Squad because they're very close. They kind of go back and forth with me. But it's Batman v Superman. It comes out March 25th. It's the first of the not the first. I'm the second. Second of it kicks off summer season because summer seasons in movies is a little earlier now. They keep getting earlier and earlier every year. But this is Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill back as Superman, and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I'm a fan of the first Man of Steel. A lot of people give Man of Steel a lot of flack, but I think it was a great film and a great start to their DC universe. And the first Batman v Superman trailer got me jacked. I was so excited for it. I think I'm about to say Batfleck. Well, I guess that works. People call him that. Ben Affleck, I think he's going to be a great Batman. And even though, people had issue with it, but Ben Affleck became a superb actor. Granted, when he did Daredevil and Geely and all that crap, which was like 10, 15 years ago, those movies were crap and he wasn't good in them. But now Ben Affleck is a crazy talented actor and director. And I think he's going to be great as Batman. One of the things that do bug me is I want to know how they're going to do Batman versus Superman. Because in my opinion, Batman can't do crap to Superman. Let's be honest. Superman's a guy. Batman's just a guy in a suit with some gadgets. Like, what can you do? Granted, you can have kryptonite, but let's be honest. You can't really do nothing to Superman. And it's weird because I hear people giving the line in the second trailer I didn't care for as much. I like half of it. But the line in the trailer, and people are giving flack to the trailer for this, or the movie, is when Superman says, if I wanted to, I could kill you. And he says that to Batman. And a lot of people can have an issue with it because, like, why is he resorting to killing again? It's like, for one, Superman and Man of Steel, I'm kind of going on a tangent, but Superman and Man of Steel killed Zod because he had no other choice. This is the Superman we have now. Forget the Superman in the comics, and granted in the comics, he has killed. But anyway, this is Superman now that we're dealing with. He killed because he had no choice. And granted, he was only Superman for like a couple of days before he had to fight Zod, and after he killed him, he was heartbroken. Literally. And now he's dealing with the repercussions. The line he says to Batman is, that's exactly what I just said. What can Batman do to Superman, really? And that's what Superman is saying to Batman. Hey, man, what are you doing? If I wanted to, I could kill you. I'm choosing not to. And that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see how they're going to deal with that. And that's probably going to be right when they make up anyway. And no, I didn't agree with the end of that trailer with, uh, not Darkseid. I can't think of his name. Whatever, the villain. I didn't agree with the way the villain looked. I didn't agree with how they're doing things, and I'm still not sure how I feel about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Granted, because we haven't seen much of it, but hopefully she's good, and hopefully that's good. Number three on my list, which probably people are going to be surprised is not higher, is Civil War. I'm a big Marvel fanboy. This movie comes out May 16th. All the same people are back with a few added people, but Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, all those guys. They're all back for Civil War, and instead of them fighting a common enemy, they're fighting each other. How do you not get excited for that? I mean, I know it's not going to be exactly like the comics, which most of these movies are not exactly like the comics because, I guess I should say Captain America Civil War because that's what it technically is. But they're not going to be like the comics because this is a movie universe. And this is the argument I have is people are like, hey, it's not like the comics. Like, this is the movie universe. This has to work for the movies. Everything that's in a comic book does not work in the movies. It can't work. And it won't work for them. And it might be good fan service, but it won't be a good movie. It won't make sense. So I can't wait for this movie. I'm excited about it. I want to know how they're going to do it. How is Spider-Man going to look in it? How is Black Panther going to look in it? And the fight scene with Iron Man fighting Captain America and Winter Soldier. I know. I say a few friends. That's one friend. He has an issue with that fight. And the reason why I don't have an issue is because you're fighting your friends. So if you and your friends are having an issue to where they're having it and they're fighting like that, I don't think you fight to death. Like because in my opinion, Iron Man will beat the crap out of Captain America and Winter Soldier because he has the gadget. He can just shoot him with bam, one of those, boom, the gun. But he's not trying to hurt them in that way. So they're kind of having a fist fight, but it's whatever. But and then the line that Robert Downey Jr. delivers is when Chris Evans, Captain America says, "I'm sorry, Tony, but this is my friend," and Tony's like, "I was your friend." That pulls at you because that's what they're going through right now. You're fighting your friend. I couldn't imagine fighting one of my friends, fist fighting my friends because of whatever. I can't imagine it. These are my best friends. How do I fight them? We save the world together. How do you fight those guys? But okay, let's get to my number two, which is another one that's gonna throw you a curveball. I told you I was gonna say Idris Elba again, and it's Jungle Book. Jungle Book comes out April 15th. This is the movie directed by Jon Favreau, who did the first two Iron Man, Chef, and a bunch of other movies. I think Jon Favreau is a great director. I have to say I don't know if I'm saying this right. The kid playing Mowgli is Neev Shethri, I think, a little Indian boy. Idris Elba doing Shere Khan, Bill Murray doing Baloo, Christopher Walken doing King Louie, and there's a bunch of Scarlett Johansson doing, I forgot the snake's name, and a bunch of other great voices doing the talent for like Bagheera and stuff like that. And the reason why this movie's so high on my list, one, because I love Jungle Book. That's one of my favorite Disney movies. I don't need it to be as a musical, but I at least need two songs. I at least need the bare necessities, and I need what's the one King Louis sings? I Want to Be Like You. I need those two songs. I want to hear Bill Murray sing this song, and I want to hear Christopher Walken sing I Want to Be Like You. I have to. And the amazing thing with this movie is, especially coming off of Star Wars. Star Wars was, hey, we're doing all practical effects. We're doing as little, special effects as possible. And this movie was shot in a sound studio in LA, and it looks like we're in a rainforest jungle, and those are real animals, or as real as animals can look. That's how beautiful this movie is. I've heard a lot of things about D23 and what they saw at D23, which nobody else has seen. It's much better than the trailer. Granted, the trailer I loved, and that enough got me excited. But hearing what happened at D23 and people hearing Christopher Walken talk and stuff like that, I'm so excited for this movie. And there's another one coming out later on next year that's going to be done by Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is directing one next year. That one won't be the Disney one. That'll just be a different Jungle Book. I don't know how they're doing that, but I'm excited for that too because granted, it won't have the music, but it's the Jungle Book lore, and it's Andy Serkis doing this, and Andy Serkis is great. So whatever. Now my final one, and sorry this is a long video, but there's a lot of stuff to get through. It's a different video. My most anticipated movie of the year, and luckily it comes out sooner, is Deadpool. I should have worn my Deadpool shirt because that is my #1 movie. It comes out February 12th, and I can't wait for this movie. Deadpool's one of my favorite Marvel characters. He was done wrong in was it X-Men Origins or no, Wolverine Origins? He was done wrong in Wolverine Origins. Ryan Reynolds and who was born to play Deadpool, and T.J. Miller as a sidekick. This movie, let's say the movie. Let's go off this. Let's say the movie's not good at all. The marketing for this movie is crazy remarkable. I just love watching the marketing where all the way from when Ryan Reynolds did the little Halloween video where all the little kids are dressed up as superheroes and he's talking to them like they're superheroes, or all the different trailers. I even watched the I don't watch The Bachelor, but I heard about the TV spot that played in front of The Bachelor and what Ryan Reynolds did to tie it to The Bachelor. Like it's such. I mean, everything they're doing is classic Deadpool. In the movie itself looks amazing. It looks amazing with Colossus. The what's that girl? I don't remember. He says in the trailer like Mega Sonic Teenage whatever the superpower girl, whatever her name is. Like this movie is gonna be crazy, and it's playing in front of everything. It's a movie that you wouldn't even expect. I was watching. What was I watching? I think I was watching Burnt. I was watching Night Before, and there was an old couple in front of me. And that trailer came on, and the dude busted up laughing. And this guy's like 70, and he's like, "Oh man!" And he looks at his wife like, "Babe, we're seeing that." And I was like, "It's touching everybody." And that movie looks so funny. It's gonna, granted, it's not for everybody because it's rated R, it's rated R. But man, if it doesn't look funny and good, so that's my top 10 list. And just to be quick, let me go through them again. I won't take my honorable mention, but we got Warcraft at 10, Zoolander at 2, or Zoolander 2 at 9. At 8, we have Rogue One. 7. Oh no, I switched those. So X-Men is at 8, and Rogue One is at 7. We have Finding Dory at 6, Suicide Squad at 5, Batman v Superman at 4, Civil War at 3, Jungle Book at 2, and #1, which I'm happy I only have to wait like a month, about a month now, for Deadpool. So boom, there's my top 10 of 2016. I want to know what's on your list. Do you have any of these movies? Some of my honorable mentions higher? Please let me know in the comments, or you can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. And please feel free to comment. I'd always comment back. I definitely this isn't a spoiler thing, so I don't have to worry about spoiling stuff. But I definitely don't want to spoil stuff for people. And I want to know what's on your list and what you're excited for. And then hopefully later, or I guess next year, at the end of this year, I wonder how many of these will still be on my top 10. I have a feeling a couple of them are going to be, and a couple of them aren't, but we'll see. But I'll get you guys next time. Deuces. Hey everybody, and I just want to know what you think about the video you just watched. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you dislike it? Please let me know by clicking that thumbs up button if you liked it. Also, please make sure to go to YouTube /TalkingmovieswithD or at dwood2324 or Derek Woodrin, and subscribe to the channel so you can be updated on my movies. This year, my goal is to really try to review a movie every week, or as many movies as I can and see. That way you guys know what to go see out there. So you don't waste your money on seeing a crappy movie, and then you can see a real good movie instead. Also, you can follow me on all social media at dwood2324. I really want to know what you guys think. I have a lot of videos that I'm posting right now, and you can see them all on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page, Derek Woodrin. And check out those videos and let me know what you think. Did you agree with what I said with those reviews? Did I make you want to watch these movies? Did I keep you from watching something that might not have been good? Or did I excite you for the movies that are coming out, like I did my top 10 most anticipated, or I did my top 10 best movies of 2015. Did I make you want to watch those movies? Did I make you, not want to watch them? Did I bring some movies to light that you might not have seen if you didn't see this video? Please let me know. Please comment, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll get at you guys next time. All right, deuces.